Hi, everyone. I'm meteorologist Mary Mays, and I wanted to pop on here and talk about our next big weather maker. I guess maybe it's a good way to say it. We got a powerful storm moving through, and it's going to have a snowy side and a severe side to it. And this is all moving through tomorrow for the most part. So let's go ahead and check out what we're talking about. We'll get a closer look. I'm going to switch over, and here we go. So before we talk about the severe side, let's just kind of get a look at how this storm system is going to be playing out. So you can see that low pressure develops and really spreads a lot of snow from Colorado into Nebraska, Iowa, into Minnesota. But on that southern edge, I'm going to move it back a little bit. Look at that line of storms moving from Texas into Louisiana, all the way up into Tennessee and Kentucky. So there's two sides to this. One side is really heavy snow. The other side is showers, thunderstorms, and possibly some severe weather. So let's talk real quick about the wintry side. This isn't going to be a super long video. I just wanted to kind of give you an overview of what's going on. So in the next couple of days, really through about Thursday, you're going to see up to a foot, maybe a little more, stretching from Colorado, where they really do need the snow in that area. So that moisture is a good thing, but we're looking at up to a foot there, possibly in portions of Colorado up through Nebraska, into Iowa, southern Minnesota, and into Wisconsin as we head into the middle part of the week. So that could cause some issues. Definitely want to watch out for travel. Could be difficult at times. It's going to be, snowy, windy, that sort of deal. So you guys know how to deal with that in this part of the country, but it is a big deal. You need to be paying attention. Now, the severe weather side, that is the one I'm most concerned about. And I'm going to go ahead and flip back over actually to this, and we're going to change the region up a little bit so we get a better view of this system as it moves through. So we're going to flip the clock back. So this is Wednesday morning, and you start to see these storms breaking out there in East Texas up into, Arkansas, even as far north as Illinois. And you're seeing this system pushing east. It's got the cold front there, kind of producing these thunderstorms, and you get that line of storms, and there could be some rotation in these storms. So it might not look super duper impressive on this model, but this could be some storms that lead to damage, some damaging wind, tornadoes are going to be possible. So what you see is these storms pushing east throughout the day. This is 10 o'clock, so into the nighttime hours, and then overnight, you'll see some thunderstorms. Now, by that point, the severe weather threat isn't going to be quite as large at that point. I would say, in the afternoon, when you have that peak heating, is when you're going to see the greatest threat for severe weather, so 5, 6 o'clock. But even, as these storms head east into the Nashville area, into Huntsville, that sort of thing, we're still going to be looking at possibly some severe weather. So this is the slight risk that's in effect, and actually, this is kind of a better view of that. This is from the Storm Prediction Center's Twitter. I wish they would just kind of post this as that view on their website. But this is for tomorrow, for Wednesday, and Memphis, Tennessee, Waverly, and Tennessee, Paducah, Jonesboro and Arkansas there, El Dorado, all the way into East Texas, Woodville there, and a good chunk of Louisiana and Mississippi, including Jackson, are included in that slight risk. So a few tornadoes are possible, could see some severe hail and some damaging winds. So that's kind of what we're looking at. This is a different look. We're going to take a look at the tornado threat, the tornado risk, and you can see from Lufkin up through Shreveport into Memphis, about a 5% chance that you could see a tornado in your area. So I think it's within, let's see, it's a 5% chance within 25 miles of you. So if you're in this kind of brown area, which includes Memphis, Greenville, basically it means that there's a 5% chance there could be a tornado 25 miles from wherever you are. So it's not the biggest risk, but it's certainly there, certainly something to pay attention to. Damaging winds, better threat. You could see about a 15% chance of those in that yellow area, 5%. So we could see some, damaging thunderstorm winds as far north as Louisville, Kentucky, and to Houston. And then hail, also a possibility, about a 5% chance. So that's not going to be the biggest threat, but, hail can be really damaging, can ruin your windshield. You certainly want to pay attention. But that's basically what we're looking at. It's not the biggest threat I've ever seen. It's level 2 out of 5. But a few tornadoes, some damaging winds, some hail, and this is kind of afternoon into the evening hours that we're looking at this threat. So make sure you have a way to get warnings. to your phone is best. If you have a NOAA Weather Radio, turn it on. That's always going to come in handy. And just make sure that you're paying attention and keeping an eye on things. It's not the biggest threat we've ever seen, but certainly something you need to pay attention to, because just remember, it only takes one storm or one tornado to really have a big impact on your life. So please make sure you're paying attention in these areas. And I will give you an update tomorrow if it looks like we're going to see this risk upgraded. Right now, slight risk, and then a marginal risk for those areas in that darker green shade, but could be upgraded. You never know. It does happen on occasion. And this has just been an unusual January in terms of severe weather. This outbreak last week produced a lot of tornadoes in the South, including in Alabama and Georgia. And then we also yesterday had a tornado in Iowa, the first time since 1967 that they had a tornado touchdown in January. That's incredible. So we have really warm air right now. It doesn't quite feel like January in the South. So, as this system moves through, rolls through, provides that energy, things could really spark off. So please stay alert, and I'll try to give you guys another update a little bit later. Thanks for joining.